So disclaimer for this video is for the people those who are freshers or those who are intermediate into cybersecurity. So the topic is very much interested. I highly recommend everyone to watch this video, right? If you have any friend, if you have anyone who is planning to get into cybersecurity, and if you're curious about understanding how exactly hackers hack, right? So I'll just tell you exactly how all those things work. And as always, this video is for ethical purpose only, and I just want to explain you what exactly methodologies hackers are using, right? So let me quickly start with the topic how hackers exploit vulnerabilities. So just think it out. There's a lot of hack is going around to the entire world. Did you ever wonder how hackers hack into a system? How they can hack into the servers, bank, exactly how the things work and how the hackers are thinking of. So being a ethical hacker, we have worked in finding vulnerabilities in a lot of companies in Apple, Google, Microsoft, and almost all the big fortune companies, whatever you can think of, right? We have hacked into almost all those things for ethical purpose, and we reported it. So I'll just tell you with the practical experience, right? So I always tell in the starting, if you're from cybersecurity, you know no system is 100% secure. If you are connected to internet, nothing is 100% secure. So this is why I just kept this topic, because of high demand, and that's what we are going to do. Yeah, so without wasting our time and speaking a lot of blah blah, I'll just start this topic. So yeah, so what is vulnerability? This is something that you need to understand at first. What exact vulnerability means? How hackers exploit? Exploit means exploiting something. So suppose if this is a home, right? I'm just giving a very basic example. Just tell me in the comment box how exactly it feel like. So if this is a house, right? There's a guard who is standing here. There is a guard who is standing here. So, for layman term, we call it hacking. But for a security professional, we call it as a pen testing and then exploiting. Pen testing is finding loophole. Like if there is a two guard is standing in front of a home, so you can't enter from there. But if you knock from here, there might be a wall which is not so strong. So you are doing a pen testing, right? You are just looking for a vulnerability so that you can exploit. You can get inside. So this is what we call pen testing, and exploitation means taking benefit of the vulnerability whatever ever we have. So vulnerability is simply a flaw. Okay, it may be a flaw, it may be a misconfiguration which is probably occurred by a developer stupidity, and I am not going to find any developer. And there might be any weakness, like if server is not updated, then there might be a vulnerability that can be exploited, and from there hackers can enter into the system. So in this video, I'm also going to cover how you can secure yourself. So pen testing, like as I told you, but how the scenario works, this is what we are going to discuss in this video, right? So first, it's I don't know, it's very hectic to erase all those things. But anyways, oh my God, what? Yeah. So yes. So what are types of uh, vulnerability there might be? Okay. So there is a kind of software bug. Okay. There means a bug which is in software, right? Next thing is hardware flaw. If there is a phone, right? If this is a phone, if there is any flaw in their hardware, right? So it can be called as a hardware flaw. And next one is a human error, right? If any error happened by a human, if there is any insider threat, a social engineering attack, there might be. This is exactly what are types of uh, vulnerability, right? Now let's get into the main topic, how the things work. So common type of vulnerability, how the things work actually. So first thing, how hacker hacked into the system. First thing is unpatched software, right? So suppose if you are having a Android device, so did you ever think of why there is update is coming there? Okay, like if you're using a iOS device, we are using a Apple device, then already you have a good user experience right there, right? But why the updates is coming? Because you're already enjoying the system, but why the updates are coming? Because to fix the loopholes, right? Suppose if you have a device, there is a software. Let's say there is iPhone. There is a software which actually used to connect to the server, right? If there is a server by which it is connecting to fetch the images. If you search like images of VIH group, then you are just searching from the server. So it is not secured by a password, right? Let's say it's not secured by password, and there's IP which is connecting. So there might be a vulnerability, like it should be secured with the password. Like there is SFTP. If there is a file transfer, then there is secure file transfer protocol, right? So this might be a vulnerability. So updates is coming so that it can be fixed and you're not going to be hacked, right? So this is exactly why the updates is important. This is the first thing. As I told you, this is the first step how the hackers get into the system. Second thing is there might be a misconfiguration. Suppose if there's an admin panel of VIH group, let's say vihgroup.com/admin panel. Okay, if there is any anonymous login, right? If there is any username and password column, if you enter admin and then admin, it's login. So this is basically a basic practice developers need to do. And admin is very common. No one is using right now, but there might be some stupid developers those who are using all those things. So just keep in mind that this thing might occur. So this is called uh, misconfigurations, like the admin panel which is getting exposed without protecting it. Okay, so these are things which can be done. Okay, default credentials, if there is any, like if you go through with the Google Docs, like Google Docs basically means, if you want to look, I'm not going to tell you, show you something offensive. Okay, so if you want to look for, if you want, let's say cyber security, if you want your results should be PDF only, then you will probably type PD, file type PDF. So all those results, whatever you can see, it's PDF. Like cybersecurity basics, if you click on open link, this is a PDF, right? You can see here. So this is how Google Docking works. So basically, when you are using AWS. AWS is probably we are using for a server, Amazon Web Service for a storage of server. So there is a S3 bucket, right? Probably which is used for this storage. So sometime the S3 bucket is open, right? It can be publicly accessed. So if you are using some sort of docs, I'm not going to tell you, so you can access, right? You can access some confidential things even as well. So there's a lot of things from US government, Indian government is exposed on S3, which can be publicly seen by using some simple Google Docs. If there is any port, let's say there is any open port SSH, okay, which is not having password, or anonymous login, which means enter and you'll logged in, right? So this is something which is misconfiguration, which should not be happening. Now the best part is web application flaws, right? There's a SQL injection, which is probably a database. You might, if you're from BTech Basic, then there was a my SQL software probably we are using, which is for the database. Database we maintain some sort of data in the form of table, column, rows. Like if there's a website, username, password, username, ID, all those things are stored in the databases, right? So there is some malicious things. If we inject, it will get maliciously injected into the databases. Second thing is accesses. I'll just show you practical example how accesses work. So v- vulnerable app. Okay, so let me look for any vulnerable app. Okay, so I'll show you vul web. Yes, test PHP. So this is actually a website from where you can test some sort of your hacking skills. Continue site. Why you're showing this site? So let's say if there is an input column. Exactly, suppose if you are going to enter anything, it will just show you here, right? You search for this thing. But being a hacker, what you can do, you can try to execute some sort of codes here, right? If I'm just running a very simple code, right? I'll just tell you what exactly it means. There is a very simple code, a script alert one, and then a script tag is closed. This is a very basic JavaScript code, which means if you enter this somewhere, then it will show you alert one. So let's try if any code is executing here or not. So script, let's see, uh, alert, then this one, comma for a popper, whatever you want to pop, script tag close. Repeat. Then let me click on go. Yes, you can see there's a pop-up. So this is exactly how hacking works. This is a website where I have shown you where you can test your hacking skills. This is lab, basically vulnerable lab, and this is exactly how the things is going forward, right? Which can be accesses cross-site script, and this is type of reflected accesses. Even companies paying in dollars a huge amount, they are going to pay 1,000, $2,000. So but learning web application pen testing is skills is a little tough, but I'll just show you one thing. If you want to learn, you can check out this URL. This is a part of VIH. I'm not promoting, just telling you something recommendation that I probably had done a lot of research for it. So this is VIH Group Training and Internship Program, which is on web application pen testing. We can look out if you want to learn about web application pen testing, because that is one of the most demanded language, right? And, not a language, that is basically a program. Okay, and you can pen test a website, you can earn some sort of good monies, right? This is what you can do. Even there is a lot more vulnerabilities which can be RCE, and there is OWASP. There is a list which is coming from a uh, organization which is called OWASP, Open Web Application Security Project, which is an open source organization. So they publish a top 10 list every year or every 2 years, right? So you can see here on OWASP top 10 list as well. So I'll just show you OWASP top 10, right? If you'll search on Google, you'll simply get a, yeah, this is the OWASP website. And you'll see the top 10 vulnerability which is trending all the time. This was 2017, 2017 vulnerability, and then 2021, 2021 vulnerability. This is actually broken access control, which is on top, then cryptography failure. So this is what you can see, right? The things, how the things is getting upward, right? So this is what exactly the web application vulnerabilities. Then there might be some day vulnerability which hacker probably used. Okay, so I'll just tell you this one. Okay, so this is what 0 day, which means this is what hacker use benefit of 0 day, which means, right, a vulnerability which not a lot of people is aware, right? So this is what 0 day means. There might be log4shell, which is very famous, which was a 0 day. Next can be Stuxnet. You might be heard of a story of Iran nuclear facility which was attacked from Israel and US, right? So there was a Trojan horse which was called as Stuxnet. So these are the 0 day vulnerability. There might be a vulnerability, but not all people are aware, but hackers are using, right? So this is called 0 day. Okay. So which can just interrupt your system, and it may be a P1. P1 is the priority one vulnerability, which is top, right? P5 is the informative. P1 is top, matlab it will kill you, right? Next, how a hacker can be hacked. There might be insider threat in a company. Okay, suppose if you're working in a company, let's say Apple. Okay, if you're sitting into the server room, probably you'll be having access of all the infrastructure, right? You can see username, you can see password. If you share all those things to the external peoples, you might be an internal threat. So this is exactly the environment is suffering of. Entire cybersecurity domain is suffering from this thing which is called insider threat. Okay, so this is what means. And how hackers, now the next point is very much interesting, which is how hackers find vulnerability. Okay, everyone is thinking of how a hacker can find a vulnerability. How a hacker can find a vulnerability. So there's a lot of technique. First, they gather information. If you want to just think of, if you want to break a home, what exactly you'll do? You'll just gather information by just asking someone. That is called passive information gathering, or just staying near home. If someone will see you, this will be active information gathering. So for hackers, look for the information gathering. There might be a reconnaissance where you are getting some sort of information. This is the first step. Second is scanning. You are scanning what exactly the things is running, what server exactly it is, what are services which is running on the server, right? This is how you will get information about from scanning, right? And then you'll do some source code review if there is any flaw in the source code, and then accordingly you exploit the things, right? This is how it works. Enough. So probably you are if you are understanding, just let me know in the comment box. Is it fine or not? Am I explaining good or what? Right. Yes. Now there is some sort of real world example, right? There is some sort of real world example. So guys, there was a breach which was called Equifax breach, which was in Apache. Apache is a server which is used. So this was on Apache server. Next is Facebook. There was a breach on Facebook, which was in 2021, 2021. So there was a scrapping using misconfigured API. So API which was misconfigured might be from the developer. So it was used for scrapping Facebook data. Okay, so a lot of investigators were using, like I am also investigator, I will use that thing to investigate some sort of cases, but it was closed. Okay, then there was a Uber breach. Okay, Uber, yes, cab service which is widely used. There was a Uber breach where there was a social engineering attack along with the credential was exposed. Credentials means username password. So this is exactly how the things were. Yes, so that's what we have right away. Now, the main thing is how to protect, because there is a lot of people might be watching this video as a non-techie, right? Those who have very less knowledge. So how to protect? Sorry, my writing is very bad. So first thing is update your system as much as you can. Second thing can be, if you have a website, then probably just look for this. Look for this one. Like this is not going to cost you a lot, 2000, and then you learn exact how to find a vulnerability in a website. Just check this part, viehgroup.com/tci, and so this is going to help you. viehgroup.com/tci. Okay, next thing, what can be the things we can do? There should be a security awareness, right? Just check out this URL, viehgroup.com, cuid.viehgroup.com. So exactly what happens if you want, uh, I need to come to your place. If I need to give you awareness, just drop a mail. I'm not going to charge you anything, just a coffee. Okay, and I'll just come to your place and we'll guide you how to be secure, right? If you want awareness program something, so this is called security awareness. Okay, uh, regularly take pen testing services. Okay, so that they're going to find out the vulnerability whatever you have into the system, and then there always should be a MFA, multi-factor authentication, which means if your username password has been leaked, right? If I'm using Facebook, my username is 1234, password is 1234. If someone logged in, then what to do, right? This is very much common. So there is one more method which is called MFA, multi-factor authentication, or two-factor authentication. So where after login you will get a OTP that you need to enter, and then you will get logged in, right? So this is called MFA, which is widely used, right? So that's what we have in this video. Just check out this URL if you want to learn about web listen pen testing, and if you're learning something new, then hit the like and subscribe button, because it gives me a motivation to create a lot of videos, right? And ethical hacking breaking every week we do. So thank you very much. Comment your favorite real world hacking below in this video, and I'll just reply whatever questions you have. So thank you very much for watching this video. Have a great day. Jai Hind.